Hi, I'm Judith Whitenack, and my late husband, Randall Reid, who passed away in 1992, was a professor at UNR in the UNR English department. His specialty was creative writing, and he had the Walter Van Tilburg Clark writing chair at the time. And he was very, very well liked and well respected. I think I can say that with a lot of confidence during the years he was here at UNR. He was basically a writer of what we used to call prose and is now called narrative. He published a novel called Lost and Found some years ago. And he also published a critical book on Nathaniel West called The Fiction of Nathaniel West, No Redeemer, No Promised Land, with the University of Chicago Press. And he published many, many short stories over the course of his long career. He is a very interesting kind of character. Now, he was a very interesting kind of character, I'd have to say. He was an intellectual, but he kind of looked like a cowboy. He sort of looked like Clint Eastwood in a funny way. And after going to college for a year, he dropped out and went into the Navy because he responded to that, join the Navy and see the world, which was common then and perhaps is still common now. And he spent time, he was not in combat, but he spent time during the Korean period in the Navy, and came back and went to school, was admitted to Stanford, and where he got his PhD eventually, and went back to teach at a small school called Deep Springs, which is where he had he had gone to school for a year. It's a very unusual school. And went to the University of Chicago then as a professor. And after getting tenure there, he decided he didn't want to write any more critical articles or critical studies, like his study on Nathaniel West. And he took this job at the University of Nevada, Reno. To go from the University of Chicago to the University of Nevada, Reno was a kind of a maverick thing to do. But he was happy here. And we met right after I had gotten hired here as a professor. As an assistant professor of Spanish, we met at an English department party, and the rest is history. Upon his death in 1992, his sister, Carol Reid Metcalf, and brother-in-law, and I decided to, and his brother actually, Norman Reid, the late Norman Reid of Modesto, California, set up a scholarship in his name, a writing scholarship, and we give it every single year. Part of the purpose of the scholarship is to encourage potential authors of the future. So yes, of course, we're thinking of the potential, but the quality in itself indicates potential. Anyhow, it is chosen, the winner is chosen by blind submission. That means we have a committee, and all of the entries are handed in to us on paper, not online, on actual paper. And the committee reads them, and the committee gets together and picks a winner, and occasionally we have two winners, as we did a couple of years ago. You would have approved of the blind submission, the fact that nobody knows who is submitting what, and I think you would have approved of the committee, which is made up of a number of professors, all of whom knew Randall. I think if I'm making up my mind at the last minute, I'm on the committee myself, and if I'm making up my mind at the last minute which of two stories I might think which of the two Randall might have preferred. Now, we also have given awards for poetry, and occasionally essays, but not essays that somebody turned in for their English 101 or some other English class, but essays, scholarly, not scholarly investigative essays, but more thoughtful essays. We have given probably, I couldn't tell you exactly how many, but we've given awards in every category. Although the most common is narrative, short story, because that's the most commonly turned in. We have a continuing fund at the established at the Sierra Arts Foundation, and there is enough money in there to pay to continue to pay for scholarships indefinitely. Randall was a wonderful person and a wonderful professor, and he's the reason I stayed in Reno. I was going to come to Reno and make my name, publish a few articles, and move back to, I was hoping for Chicago, actually, one of my favorite spots. And I met Randall, and that's why I'm still in Reno. Married Randall and married Reno, basically, and I'm still here. So anyway, he was a great professor. Anybody who knows him would say that.